Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about how to start accepting money as a coach. Now, you have to be able to accept money because if you don't receive any money, right, how are you going to pay for your own survival? And I think it's very important, and because with that money, which is essentially just energy, that's all that it is, right? That energy is what you're going to use to pay for your survival, right? But you're also going to use the money to be able to help you to invest in growing your business, right, as well, because you're probably going to end up spending money for marketing, or you might have to spend money to start paying for a team, right? Or you're going to have to start spending money to pay for certain software that you're going to use. They're all things that you're going to need to spend money on, right? The other thing, what I like to use money for, is we like to give to causes outside of ourselves as well. We give to charities as well. And so they're probably three main motivations of why I want you to accept money as a coach, right? And some coaching companies say to you, you should do all this pro bono stuff. Pro bono meaning you should work with people for free, and somehow, you should do that for however a long time period. Some people tell me they do it for like a year or more. I'm like, I think that's horrendous, because I'll just tell you my experience on that basically if you do this for free, your coaching, what that's going to do is it generally attracts people that are not as committed to change, therefore they get less results, and therefore your confidence goes down, and therefore, well, you feel even less certain than what you did before about charging money, right? And so I like to teach you, you should teach your clients to value themselves and their gifts and their skills and their time by you valuing yours, right? Otherwise you're just disempowering them. So we want to start accepting money as a coach. And the first step that we want to be able to do is we want to be certain of the value of what we sell, right? If you are not certain of the value of what you sell, then you're going to unconsciously block money if you don't. You're going to find you're not going to have ways to receive money. You're not going to have your payment gateways open to receive money. You are going to say, when they say their objections, you're going to say, oh, no worries, yeah, just pay it later whenever you can. I remember I had a lady, right, she was going to pay me $10,000, and she was going to pay me for all these courses. She was going to pay me $10,000 in one go. And this was the most amount that I'd never received this amount ever before. And I remember it clearly. I was like, oh my God, I started to get really nervous. I'm like, this is incredible. And I started to have these stories come up like, am I worth this? Like, should I be receiving this amount of money? I don't know if I deserve this. And so she said to me like, yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to transfer it tomorrow. And you see where this is going. And I said, oh, all right, no worries. Yeah, just transfer it tomorrow, because I didn't believe that I deserved this. So then the next day, I went, oh, she's going to transfer, check my bank account. Never went in. Nothing ever hit my account. Got to about 5 in the hour, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just give her a call. Gave her a call, crickets, right? Texted her, crickets. The next day, called her, crickets. You know what? I never heard from this person for months. And actually, it took her a year, right? I met her at another event. She said, Luke, I need to do your course. I did it with the wrong person. I'm going to do it with you, right? So she did a year later, right? But I wasn't certain of the value of what I sold. So the way that I overcome this, is basically I stacked all the reasons as to why my coaching services are worth 10 times more than what I charge. I said, what are the worst negative consequences in people's health, their body, their finances, their business or career, their relationships with other people, their relationships with themselves, the cost emotionally, the cost on their family, the cost on their kids. I started to stack all these reasons about what it's going to cost them if they don't invest this money to change. And I said and then I started saying to myself all the positive reasons of why it's worth 10 times more than what I charge, right? And so when I did that, I started to get a lot more certain of the value. And I started telling myself, I deserve this, I'm worth this, this is worth it, right? And I said this over and over again with absolute certainty. And now I felt so certain to accept money as a coach that I was just like, it was a no-brainer, right? So one lady that just signed up with me like a couple of months ago, I said, this is a fucking no-brainer, right? And she laughed. She's like, yeah, you're right. And then we had this joke. She's like, no brainer, right? So you've got to be certain of the value of what you charge. Number 2, have a payment gateway open on the sales call. Have Stripe open, or PayPal, or have Square, or have a way to do a bank transfer with you. Have all this open on the sales call so we know what it is, so you have a way to receive that straight away. And then step number 3 is we want to have an agreement ready. So, have that agreement. We use Adobe e-signature and we send it out right on the call, and I have them sign it on the call. Every call is just part of the process, right? There's no debate about it. All right, so the agreement, some of you like, what should I put in agreement? You could go on my website, lukehawkins.com. You can model something off that and adapt it and change it. And then once that does it, that protects you, because generally you have like a 3-day cancellation policy. So then that they have at least that 3 days, cooling off period. So after the 3 days, you're secure and you can start serving them. So that's how to start accepting money as a coach. Make sure you accept money. No more pro bono. Best way to grow as a coach is to start charging right away. That's how to grow your confidence. You will not grow it by free coaching, right? That's what I truly believe. That's how I did it. That's how I've trained like 1,600 coaches we have trained now. And all the ones that are most successful, they all follow this journey. All right. Hope you've enjoyed that. Look forward to hearing what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.